I can give you a little bit more information on that. So two things that I heard. One is it's the field placement faculty's responsibility to ensure there is a quality placement in the field. And to answer your concern, it would be someone like Dan, every term would be checking in with the student, making sure they have the right placement that aligns with the course that they need, making sure there is that proper supervising practitioner in place, and that they have everything they need. And we meet with our students continually throughout the term too, so we know what's going on with that, because they're visiting the student, they're working with that. And then part of my role is we're currently creating a database of supervising practitioners. So that's a great resource for us here at Granite State. Oh, you're in this part of the state, you're in this SAU, you need a supervising practitioner, or you need a quality site. Here are the three, in your area, and things like that. So that's something that we're currently putting together. So.
And then I guess another thought about that would be caseloads change all the time.
Absolutely.
One year I could have a Braille student, and then next year they could move.
Right.
So really having the field placement faculty, it's somehow connected with all of those possible supervising practitioners that are out there, because your candidate's not going to have the ability to
Absolutely.
find their,
right.
like we were just saying, but it's that constant connection, checking in every
and that's
semester.
I even had a conversation with Beth last night, the other FBF, and we were talking about a supervising practitioner for one of our students, and she's like, oh, I know so-and-so, I know, because Beth and Dan know almost everyone working in the fields in their area, so that's what's fabulous. And between Barbara, who knows everything, I just call her, she knows everything and everyone, so they do have they have long tentacles that they can reach out and find the support for our students, so yeah.
The other thing is we have the State Director of Special Ed meeting, so I go there every month. I also go to the private providers. So, I've made several announcements, I've made requests and stuff, and people say, oh, yes, contact me, I might have something for you. So there's also an in from other directions. And at some point, I think we'll probably be getting to the superintendents as well.
Who will probably not even know.
No, they won't, but,
Trust me.
it's just the fact that they will support their special ed directors, and that's gonna be the point of that.
Yeah.
So it's just another level. Yeah, they're not gonna tell me what kids wear. We both know that.
No, they won't know if there's a TBI in
No,
your district.
they won't. They probably won't.
Or
sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes it's not.
That's right. So I guess my point is these two certifications are unlike anything else you can have in this whole state. And you always know someone will be teaching art in every single elementary school. You always know somebody will be teaching gym or reading, or you will not have hearing impaired kids and vision impaired kids who are at all like each other in any way, anywhere,
And you know what? I think that's probably why, if we look back, there has not been a New Hampshire certification of blind and visually impaired ever that I remember. I don't know about you.
Oh, you mean a program?
A program in New Hampshire, and for the deaf and hard of hearing, the last time there was one, I hate to tell you, and I hate to tell you I remember this, was 1969, 1970. So, and that was between Crotchet Mountain and Keene State College. So, this is really a groundbreaking thing for New Hampshire.
It is groundbreaking, and what I think, I want you to hear loud and clear, we understand the complexity and the time consuming, yes, okay? We understand that, but I think Granite State College is in a good position because number one, we're statewide. Number two, we truly understand how to blend the theory and practice, and we understand how to blend the online with the face-to-face. And I think understanding that and have that being so much a part of who and what we are, I am hoping that it will give us the ability to provide this program with integrity. But it is not going to be an easy program.
Nor has it been easy as we've been developing it. If I told you it was easy, I'd be looking at you in line.
Yes.
It just hasn't been.
Well, it has been a curriculum developed by committee.
Yeah.
And that was the goal from the get-go, because we wanted to continue to develop capacity within the teachers in New Hampshire as well as our future faculty. So
Well, I think the integrity is obvious. This is not a program where you're going to be making money, right? You know, and it's taking a lot of faculty and effort to put it together. You know, so.
And our president and I, when I shared with him, this will not make money. You need to know this will cost us money.
Yes.
It will cost us money to do this. And he said, Mary, it is our responsibility. We are part of the university system of New Hampshire, and it is part of our responsibility to New Hampshire to do this. So I feel good about that.
Yeah.
I feel it is as well. Okay.
Great, so I'll continue on with some of the responsibilities. I couldn't get it all on one slide of the field placement faculty. I see our primary goal is to support the students in the field. That is our job. We are out there with them. We are their connection. We're their live face. One thing we do is we advise them. So we help them with course selection, career goals, thinking about, as Mary said, there's a personal plan of study that they put together in their first course. So we work with them to develop that, and then we help them move through their courses here. Instruct EDU 700, that is the introduction to clinical experience, where they do their personal plan of study. A big piece of this course is their placement. So this is where they identify who their supervising practitioner is, what schools or places they'll be doing their clinical work. And that's where the field placement faculty comes in to ensure that is the correct match, it's the correct certification, it's a quality experience. They also look to complete any documents that they need, testing requirements, all of that kind of thing. We also complete the observations, which I'll be talking about in a couple of minutes. So we're out there in the field observing them, working with students. We score the RASWs, the reflective analysis of student work, which I'm going to talk a little bit more about too. I love this part. We work with school districts, we meet with principals, we work with the supervising practitioners. We have a very open communication, and it's almost like we have a great little mini structure, so the FPFs are out in the field and doing that, emails, phone calls, meetings, but I also have a relationship with the supervising practitioners and the principals, so everyone is given from day one my contact information, so they know who to call with different questions and oversight, and I do visit them in the field too, which is neat. I don't know how I'm going to get to the North Country in the winter, but I'll do it. So we also prepare students for the exit interview, which I'll talk a little bit about now. That is a course that they take. So it's a course, a 4-credit course, where they're preparing themselves for that exit interview.
It's a 2-credit course.
Oh, sorry, 2 credits.
For these particular programs, yes.
All the other programs it's for,
Yes.
right, that I work with. So what they do in this course is they first work one-on-one with their field placement faculty to review the different requirements of the portfolio. The requirement of the portfolio are all artifacts from the courses that they've taken that demonstrate obviously their knowledge of working with students, their knowledge of theory, and their evidence of practice in the field. And we do have strict requirements for that, so it's not like, hey, pick your 5 best assignments. They really have to follow what we've put together with Barbara and the other field people. So they work on their portfolio, developing that with their field placement faculty, and we have I'm a control freak, you might learn that today, but I give them a chart of everything they have to follow to put into that portfolio and what the portfolio should look like. It is based on the standards. After they develop the portfolio, the field placement faculty will review that, and that's developed in TaskStream, which is wonderful because that's our great way to collect data too, and to have a record of that, a nice history. And I was thinking today of all the different portfolios that I've reviewed. They're wonderful. Once the field placement faculty reviews that, it's an all or nothing. So it's not like, oh, some of this looks good, some of this doesn't, I'll grade you on this. It's got to be perfect, or they do not go on to their exit interview. And so if that's revisions, if that's taking an incomplete in the semester, we insist that that portfolio is exactly the standards that we're looking for. So once they do that, it's like a little, I see this as gates, you know, we're gatekeepers. So, okay, we've got that, portfolio looks great, you can move on to the next phase, which is your exit interview. Of course, I've created, strict guidelines of the exit interview. Exit interview is 1 hour long, 45-minute presentation, 15-minute question and answer. Certainly it can go over. What I love especially about these advanced endorsements is we talk practice at these exit interviews, which is wonderful, because we have certain